Namaste and welcome back to today's episode of Mahabharata Matters. In the previous episode, we saw that Karna was in a quandary. All odds were working against him and his curses were taking shape. He was forgetting the mantras now. He was trying but could not remember the mantra for Brahmastra. But he started shooting regular astras and cutting the strings of Arjuna's bow. But Arjuna was stringing it back as quickly. Karna was helpless. Arjuna had released the Aindrastra. With great difficulty, Karna remembered the mantra for Brahmastra and countered it just in time. He was jumping out of his chariot and trying to fix the wheel in between shooting the arrows. His horses were going amok. Shalya was having a tough time keeping them calm. Karna started speaking to Arjuna. He said, "I have always followed Dharma. It is said, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. It is not righteous for you to fight with me when I am not prepared right now. I need to lift the wheel of my chariot from this quagmire. I am on the ground and you are on the chariot. I do not have any weapons. It is not right for you to fight with me at this time. I hope you follow Dharma," he added. Krishna was furious to hear this from Radheya. He said, "Of all, you should not be speaking about Dharma, Radheya. You claim to have been righteous always. Were you doing Dharma in the Dyuta Sabha when you were enjoying the winning of your dear friend Duryodhana? You aligned with Duryodhana and insulted Draupadi just so you can please him. Should I remind you your role in the killing of Abhimanyu? He was a child after all. He was alone in the presence of all Maharathis. He did not have a chariot, he did not have a weapon, he was all alone. Yet he picked up a wheel to face all of you and he said, 'Come one by one and I shall defeat you all.' But together 6 warriors broke that wheel too. You were the one who caught him unawares and broke his bow from behind him. Where was your sense of righteousness then?" Krishna's anger was like never before. He urged Arjuna to continue fighting. Karna's heart ached with Krishna's sharp words. Krishna knew everything about him. He knew he was virtuous. He had dearly loved him. He knew Krishna spoke the truth. He had been a hand in glove with his friend in all his adharmic actions. He did not approve of the devious ways of Shakuni, but he had participated in them just to please his dear friend Duryodhana. He had tried every way to make his friend happy. It was too late now. He did not have a choice. He had started to use regular arrows to stop Arjuna. Arjuna had picked up a Rudrastra, but then he shot an Agni Astra at Karna. With great difficulty, Karna remembered the mantra for Varuna Astra and countered it. But he could not remember the mantras for any divine astras after that. Yet he shot a strong arrow that made Arjuna swoon. Everyone thought Arjuna had died. But when Arjuna recovered, he was more ferocious than ever. He broke the flag of Karna with one arrow. Karna was still trying to lift the chariot of his wheel from the mud. Krishna urged him at that time, "Shoot Arjuna, shoot, shoot now." Arjuna used the Anjalika Astra given to him by his father Indra. The Astra cut the head of Karna and it fell to the ground. A Radheya Karna had died. He had died in a glorious manner, fighting for the sake of his friend, just as he had chosen. What are our takeaways from the story? People are great at giving sermons about righteousness to other people when they feel they are wronged. This shloka emphasizes that. Paropadeshe pandityam sarvesham sukaram dranam dharme sviyam anushtanam kasya chittu mahatmanaha. What this means is that when advising to others, everyone is panditas. But when it comes to following themselves, it does not work the same way. Only a few noble people are able to do this. Things are easier said than done. It is better to practice than to preach. Karna wanted to be treated right when he himself did not do the same. Throughout the war, Karna kept saying he did not have a choice. But then, just as spoken words and sped arrows cannot be taken back, the actions we have already performed cannot be repatriated. Circumstances in the war were just outcomes of his choices earlier. There is no recourse after we make our pick. We cannot blame fate after we have made our choices initially. Karna's valor was so great that Shalya was highly influenced by this. Momentary influences can be very powerful. Another important thing we notice here is that Karna, instead of becoming his friend's greatest strength, he made his friend be his greatest weakness. If only he bothered about his friend's long term happiness, he would have refrained from supporting him. Instead of influencing his friend to walk on the path of dharma, he chose to be a spectator to the adharmic actions so that he could please his friend momentarily. This is tamasika sukham, pleasure that is momentary or tentative. This is originated from ignorance. Whereas Krishna defines sattvika sukham, pleasure that sustains, like this in the Bhagavad Gita. Yattadagre vishamiva pariname mritopamam tat sukham sattvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. What this means is, sattvika sukham is that which tastes like visham or difficult in the beginning, but then its results are like sweet nectar and are long lasting. That's something to keep in mind. With these thoughts, we come to the end of today's episode. Remember, in this series we are discussing matters of Mahabharata, because even today, Mahabharata matters. Hari Om!